Mission log 100316, Captain Chris Risto of the PR-03. I've had a few drinks with a Viking that goes by the name of Enemy Slayer Hajenks, so I'll try my best to fill you in on my current situation before I pass out. In the Undumatapha system, I was arrested by Intergalactic Patrol and escorted to the local space station for questioning in regards to the shot-down ship on Undumatapha. Surrounded by GEC, focused on the mission to find the Korvac's distress signal, the overwhelming feeling that I was in danger, and my severe lack of sleep. They attempted to contact my command center for verification of my story, but that failed. So after much discussion, they decided to send me to Trojan Briber Nev to take pictures of an underwater GEC monument in exchange for safe exile from Undumatapha. In the daylight, Trojan Briber Nev's brown water was clear enough to see the uneven terrain below the surface. Peaks and valleys under an ocean surrounded by small islands of what appeared to be yellow sand or grass. And the orangish-yellow sky gave the illusion of a sunset. It was extremely difficult finding a safe place to land, as I did not want to get caught on a small island with low resources. My life depended on successfully returning with the pictures. Eventually, I landed at the Crouton Communications Facility and was shocked when I learned the rain was highly acidic and dangerous, the atmosphere toxic. My suit seemed to hold up well, but I wasn't sure how long it would last, so I went inside and asked the local communications expert for help. He told me the ruins location was nearby, but it would be impossible to swim that far in toxic water, so I hopped over to a group of small islands. I dove into the water and started swimming towards the marker the GEC engineer had added to my HUD, but as I swam, I only saw the ocean floor below me. I continued closer at the risk of running out of oxygen. Some sort of relic had to be there. However, nothing was found. At that point, I thought the GEC and Intergalactic Patrol were attempting to let me kill myself. Less paperwork and more rewarding for them, I suppose. But persistently, I scanned the small cluster of islands for a sign of monoliths and plaques. Any sign of ancient GEC ruins. The engineer had seemed sincere after all. My scans found an unidentified GPS coordinate, which sent me into an underwater tunnel. I underestimated the length of the tunnel and had another close encounter with death. But luckily on the other side, the ruin was within reach. Tribute to Moriata Sipu.
The outer edge burns at the hands of the GEC first spawn. Our enemies are broken. We are the extinguishers of hope. In our wake, we leave only the lamentations of the conquered. We fear nothing.
The message offered nothing more than the usual arrogant GEC first spawn trash, but I took the pictures and headed up to the surface. Patrol, this is Risto. I have pictures of the underwater monument. Instruct for delivery. They had expected my mission to take longer, or to not hear from me again. So they asked for another day to investigate before letting me go, and told me that I could still be prosecuted for the life I had taken. I wanted to argue, but I knew better, for I had no ground to stand on. Obviously, Trojan Briber Nev was no place to wait for a day. The rain would destroy my suit, possibly harm my ship, so I headed back to Undumatapha to make peace with what I had done, to show Patrol that I had remorse, and that I had learned my lesson. However, my opinion of the GEC had not changed, at least not yet. Ruins of Asasusar appeared to be just another GEC plaque. I readied myself for more hatred, for more proof that once I cleared my name, I'd make a case to the Korvax and the Viking that war should be waged against the GEC and Atlas. So I touched the stone, awaiting more insight into the true history of the GEC.
The minor GEC are the inferior breed, lurking in pools, procreating and dying without consequence. The first spawn GEC conquer worlds. Each of their spawns is an imprint on the destiny of the galaxy.
The words cut through me and pained my heart. There were minor GEC and first spawn GEC. I had grown to hate, had killed in the name of the evil history of an alien race, without asking, without inquiring with their kind. The GEC were not the real problem. The world-destroying ancestors were, the possibility of first spawn existing in the universe waiting to conquer again. I can't even express the numbness, the sadness, the guilt. I had become a bigot based on ancient words and the rush of the GEC aromas and monolith possessions. I couldn't bring myself to do anything but stare at the monument, waiting for my judgment. I deserved punishment. An innocent being had been killed because of the corruption of my mind. So I waited and waited, the longest day of my life. Minutes felt like days as the hours slowly passed. Then finally, I received the call. I could drop the pictures at the space station bar and leave the system. The sooner the better. I had been cleared, but I could never return to Etromin and Annis again. I dropped the pictures at the empty bar and headed to Destrodnum Ufi 13, a system with 5 planets and 1 moon. And here I am, at the space station, having drinks with Hajenks. I'm going to rest in the cockpit of Rasamama for a while, clear my head, and get back to the search for the Korvax distress signal. Until then, farewell.